Welcome to the Minnesota Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us today. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of many different sessions. We have a few more yet this evening, so be sure to check those out if they're of interest. And then this presentation and all of the others are being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Minnesota. Now for the most important part, I'm going to kick it off to our panelists who are going to tell you about their institutions. And we're going to get started today with College for Creative Studies, whenever you're ready.
So sorry about that. It really helps if I unmute myself, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, I am so sorry.
That's okay. It looked good.
Sharing my screen again. My name is Patty Spencer, and I'm from the College for Creative Studies, which is in Detroit. Hopefully you are seeing my screen that says create the art you want to see in the world. We are, like I said, located in Detroit, Michigan. Which is an amazing place to have an art school. There's a lot of support for what we do as visual artists there. Obviously, this is a very, very fast presentation, but we just wanted to give you guys some ideas about what we do and where we're located. One of the cool things about being in Detroit is it is a big city. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of support for what we do as visual artists. There's a lot of public art, murals, a lot of music and theater, hopefully coming back soon post-COVID time. Detroit was actually named a UNESCO City of Design, the only one in North America, which is amazing recognition for what the city entails. So it really makes it a dynamic place to have an art school. We do have a campus environment. We are actually located in what's called Midtown Detroit. It's just a little bit north of the downtown area, and it has two locations. The Ford campus houses our non-design based majors, and I apologize, my screen just did something strange. I apologize. So we'll try this again. And the Taubman Center campus is actually our houses all of our design-based majors. So we have those options. We do have housing available on campus. So that's really cool. You're not required to live on campus, but that is definitely an option if you want to be there. We do prioritize students from out of the area. Trying to get back into my PowerPoint, but I don't want to have that mess up. A couple of things I do want to talk to you guys about too. We have 11 majors and 4 graduate programs, which is really cool as well. Really important thing to find a school that's going to be the right fit for you. That's an important factor that I think you guys should really try to find a school that feels comfortable, that feels like it fits. Just a quick kind of idea about what majors we have. Again, just to give you a quick overview, we are all visual arts. We don't have any theater or performing arts or music. These are the majors. Our website is probably the primary thing I would tell you to take a look at if you have any interest in anything I say tonight. Advertising design and copywriting. This is big picture advertising. Art practice, which is our new name for fine arts, and that includes painting, print media, sculpture, communication design, which includes graphic design, website design, multimedia design. We have a crafts and materials studies major that includes 5 areas underneath it: ceramics, fibers and textiles, furniture, glass, and metalsmithing and jewelry design. We also have an entertainment arts major. It's one of our most popular majors, and there are 4 things that go underneath that. Animation, anything from traditional 2D to 3D cell animation, computer animation, all of that. Concept design for film, so coming up with what the characters are going to look like, the environment, their clothing, their weapons, digital film, and game design. We also have fashion, accessories, design, illustration, very traditionally based in lots of drawing and painting, interior design, photography, product design. This is really creative problem solving. They're either coming up with a product that solves a need or taking something that already exists and making it better. And then CCS literally has one of the best transportation design programs in this country. If any of you guys are thinking about transportation design, you definitely want to take a look at CCS. Just to kind of touch base on the admission side of it, we have our own application. We don't use Common App. We don't require test scores. Minimum GPA for admission is a 2.5. Higher is definitely better for scholarship. And then all majors are required to submit a portfolio. For CCS, now every art school is going to have different portfolio requirements. So you want to check. We want to see 8 to 12 pieces of your best artwork. Some majors require drawing, and the major of concept design has very, very specific requirements. We have rolling admissions, which means you can apply anytime starting fall of your senior year. December 1st is our early action deadline, and February 1st is our second priority date. You are able to reach out to us anytime. Like I said, our website is going to be the best resource for you, and that is www.collegeforcreativestudies.edu. And all our contact info is on there. You're welcome to reach out to me if you have any questions. And I hope you guys have a great evening and get a lot of information about schools. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, College for Creative Studies. The nice thing about your beautiful background and your Zoom background is we got to see your campus even when we had some video issues. So sorry about that. We are now going to move on to Full Sail University whenever you are ready.
Thank you. Well, hello, everybody. I'm glad that you joined us tonight. My name is Emily Miller. I'm here from Full Sail University. And if you haven't heard of us before, we are an entertainment, media, art, and technology school in Winter Park, Florida. So just going to open up my slideshow. Here we go. So again, we're in Winter Park. This is just outside of Orlando, and we're about 30 minutes from the theme park. So if you're familiar with that area, it's very close by. An excellent location. We're also close to the beaches and a lot of other fun things in Florida. So more about what we do. At Full Sail, everything is entertainment. It's all creativity. Our motto at Full Sail is, if you're serious about your dream, we'll take your dream seriously. So if you are somebody that has a creative dream, like maybe being a music producer one day, or maybe you are super into technology, you really want to work on the newest VR technology or computer science, something like that. Or maybe you're an aspiring journalist or novelist, maybe a screenwriter. Those are the type of programs we offer at Full Sail. Everything that we do is behind the scenes rather than performing arts. So much like the university we just heard from, we're also, again, more of a behind the scenes school. So if you see a program up here that you're like, wow, that really seems like something I'm interested in, just shoot me an email or a chat here and let me know. But just know that we actually have 54 bachelor's degrees, to choose from right now between online and on campus. So they all fall into one of these different categories. Now, each of these bachelor's degrees is a little bit different than you might be used to. Generally, bachelor's degrees in the United States take about 4 years. At Full Sail, we cut those in half. So for an on-campus bachelor's degree, it takes about 20 months to complete. For an online program, it's about 29 months. So either way, sitting right around that two-year mark. And a couple of ways that we do that are we eliminate a lot of the gen ed classes you might take, English, math, science, boil that down just to a select few, and focus really on classes that are going to help prepare you for the hands-on part of your future job. The next thing we do is we have a rolling admissions. So you can apply throughout the year, but something really cool about Full Sail is you can actually start any month out of the year. We start a new class every single month. So whenever you're ready to begin at Full Sail, you don't have to wait until the next semester. You could just wait 2 weeks and start the next month. Another thing is that we have a really fantastic benefit for our graduates. You can come back after graduating and retake courses in your field for free for the rest of your life. And if you're somebody that's interested in technology, you know that it changes rapidly. Gaming consoles today are way different than they were 10 years ago. So for things like that, we need to make sure we're always staying up to date and current in our industries. That's why we offer this. We call it course auditing. So you can learn more about that on our website, or again, shoot me a question if you want to know more. And we also have each of our students complete a portfolio project. So throughout the life of their program, they're working on this. And when they graduate, they have a collection of their very best work that they can then give employers to show off their skills. We also have each student complete 7 career modules. These are short classes in things such as networking, resume writing, and interview skills. That way students can be not only prepared to do the future job, but also to get their future job. And graduates have gone on to work on some pretty cool projects throughout the years. Just this past year, we had over 100 that were nominated on Oscars. 57 a couple weeks ago that were Grammy nominated. And then back in December, we had 271 of our grads that worked on Game Award winning projects, including The Last of Us 2, which was Game of the Year. And aside from that, our graduates have worked for a lot of companies globally. Here are a few examples. Disney Pixar is my favorite, but just know that if you come to Full Sail, you could shoot for the stars, right? You could want to work for one of these big companies or work on something smaller, or you could work in film, or maybe for the Miami Dolphins or another sports team. The world really is your oyster when it comes to where you can move on to work. And our career department is here to help. They stick with students from the time they start well after they graduate, helping them find jobs. A little bit more information about how we run things at Full Sail. We do have relatively small class sizes. If you were to take a lecture course, it would be about 120 students in a class. But for our lab hands-on classes, they are either 6 students to 1 professor, 12 students to 1 professor, or 24 students to 1 professor. We also have on-campus job opportunities if you qualify for FAFSA, and students have the opportunity in some degree programs to pursue internships. I'm going to skip Hall of Fame, but that is our campus celebration, kind of like our homecoming each year. And I did want to show you a little bit about our student clubs. We do have right around 30 right now. You could always choose a different one if it's, if there is something that you would like that we don't have. But one I want to highlight is our Armada Esports League. This is our competitive esports team. We play about 10 different games right now. And this is something that you could possibly come to Full Sail on scholarship for. So if you're a gamer, you're pretty good, check out our Armada. So if all of this sounds good to you, you think that you may be interested in learning more about Full Sail, your first step, of course, would be to speak with admissions. They are here to help. They want to answer your questions. And our admissions team does a great job of helping you narrow down which program, because sometimes you're interested in more than one. Maybe you have a lot of creative dreams. So reach out to them. You will do an admissions interview whenever you're a senior. Just know we don't require a minimum GPA or a minimum SAT or ACT score. We are test optional. Check out our scholarship guide, apply for as many as you can if you're a senior, see which ones you qualify for, connect with us on social media. And if you would like further information, again, you can scan this QR code, or you could send me an email at elmiller@fullsail.com. I'll put that in the chat as well. But I hope that you learned a lot, that you have a great rest of your college fair this evening, and thank you for being with us tonight.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Full Sail University. We are going to head now to Missouri University of Science and Technology. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cindy Welch, and I am the Assistant Director of Regional Recruitment at Missouri University of Science and Technology, also known as Missouri S&T. Missouri S&T is located in Rolla, which is halfway between St. Louis and Springfield, Missouri. Rolla is a small city with a population of just over 20,000 people in the city limits, plus nearly 8,000 students that come to Rolla, and another 50,000 people who come from nearby communities for shopping, dining, and entertainment. Rolla is part of the South Central Ozark Highlands, so you're going to find lots of lakes and rivers and streams where people enjoy fishing and swimming and canoeing and kayaking and camping and all other kinds of fun outdoor activities. There's lots of caves to explore. We have zip lines to maneuver, and over 300 acres of city parks with over 10 miles of walking and biking trails. So you're going to find a really nice balance of urban development and small town charm here in Rolla, Missouri. Missouri S&T was founded in 1870 as one of the first technological universities west of the Mississippi. So this year we are celebrating our 150th year. S&T is ranked the #1 public engineering university in the nation by PayScale, the #1 university in Missouri for alumni salary potential, the #1 public university in Missouri, and #8 in the nation among all colleges and universities for annual return on investment. Another really cool ranking is from the National Campus Safety Summit, where S&T was named the 20th safest campus in the nation. S&T is a medium-sized school with over 7,600 students from across the US and around the world. There's about 6,100 undergraduates and 1,500 graduate students. We have a student to faculty ratio of 18:1, and the average class size is less than 30 students. S&T offers 99 degree programs in 40 different areas of study. In the College of Arts, Sciences, and Business, you're going to find things like biology, chemistry, physics, humanities, and liberal arts, an AACSB accredited undergraduate program, teacher certifications, pre-professional programs such as pre-med, pre-vet, pre-law, and a direct entry program into the St. Louis College of Pharmacy. However, Missouri S&T is best known for our engineering programs. In the College of Engineering and Computing, we have 15 different undergraduate engineering majors, as well as computer science and geology and geophysics. Last fall, we introduced a new global engineering program where students can earn 2 bachelor's degrees in 5 years. You'll get a Bachelor of Science in the engineering field of your choice and a Bachelor of Arts in interdisciplinary studies with a minor in Spanish or French. These students will study abroad 1 semester and have an engineering internship abroad another semester. S&T has several different unique engineering minors, such as biomedical, explosives, and humanitarian engineering. We also have focused research in several different areas, so undergraduates can participate in research as early as their freshman year. S&T has over 250 different clubs and organizations, so you can get involved in all kinds of fun things. We have 19 student design teams where students develop their problem solving, teamwork, and business skills while designing and building race cars, robots, rockets, canoes, rovers, all kinds of fun things like that. S&T has 15 NCAA Division II varsity athletic teams, and they place 5th all time among NCAA Division II colleges and universities for Capital One academic All-American selections. We also have intramurals and club sports. We have about 23% of our students participating in Greek life, and we have theater, band, orchestra, study abroad, and much more. Missouri S&T has 2 career fairs each year, which are among the largest in the Midwest. Last year, over 4,000 different employers actively recruited S&T students at career fairs, on-campus events, and online through our job portal. The average starting salary for students graduating with a bachelor's degree is $67,520, and students doing internships and co-ops earn an average of over $3,300 per month. S&T students go to work for all the Fortune 500 companies across the US, including Amazon, Google, NASA, SpaceX, and many more. We are still accepting applications for fall of 2021, and students can apply test optional this year. You can apply free on our application or on the Common App. For younger students, you can apply during the summer before your senior year. You will submit your high school transcript and your ACT or SAT score if you have one, and then you will be notified of your admission decision within a few weeks. S&T is very affordable, and we offer excellent merit-based scholarships. Our most prestigious scholarship for out-of-state students is the Distinguished Scholars Award. It is a competitive scholarship worth $30,000 per year, renewable for 4 years. We have additional scholarships you can apply for after you've been admitted. We're currently offering on-campus visits, virtual presentations, and Q&A sessions with faculty, current students, and staff. You can find all of our visit options at visit.mst.edu. If you have any questions about Missouri S&T, please reach out via phone, email, or on social media. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you soon.
Great. Thank you so much, Missouri University of Science and Technology. I just want to remind everyone that the Q&A function is open. So at any time you are able to submit your questions using that Q&A function. You don't have to wait until the institution is presenting that your question's for. You can ask questions specific to one institution or all of our institutions at any time. And now we're going to turn it over to the University of East London.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm just going to share my presentation. Wonderful. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you. It's lovely to be connecting with you today. My name is Annabelle Molina, and I work for the University of East London. We are based in London, England. So unlike a lot of the presenters here today, I'm talking to you from across the pond. So good evening from London. It's a lot later over here, but it's a delight to be speaking to you today. So we are a school in London, England. And just to give you a bit of background, some of you here might be, might have visited London yourselves, or you might have at least seen it in movies and have a little bit of a flavor of what it's like. It is very similar to New York in terms of like the buzz. It's very dynamic, very busy. It's a city that never sleeps, but it has its own character. We have a royal family. We have ridiculously good transport. I know New York also does, but we have very good transport here. And we're known for a country where it rains a lot, which is probably not as big a positive compared to my last ones. But it is a beautiful city, as you can see from the photos. And we have included this quote in this slide, which mentions, when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life, which is by Samuel Johnson. And one thing we're very proud of at the University of East London is we are based in such a great city. So a big draw of studying with us is, first and foremost, living in an incredible city like London. Okay, so a bit more regarding the University of East London itself. So this is an aerial view of our campus. It is a small campus, so from one end to the other end, it will take you about 10 minutes to walk. This is pretty typical for a city campus within a city like London. We are an island as a country, so we don't have lashings of space, but for a city, to have a city campus is quite unusual. So in London, what tends to happen is if universities are based there, they'll have different buildings, and then you'll just go to the building where your class is. But we're lucky enough to have an enclosed campus environment. So you will see here, this big building right here is where most of our classes are. And these round buildings right by the water are where our accommodation is for students. So you can't see it, the photo kind of goes outside the screen, but they line most of the river. And you'll notice this circle in the middle is a transport system that is coming through, adjoining to the campus. So as I mentioned, we have incredible transport in London. You do not need to own a car. It runs 24 hours a day. The buses run 24 hours and the tube runs 18 hours a day. So you can pretty much get anywhere that you want in a very accessible manner. So the great thing about having a transport system is that its safety is paramount. You can arrive as late as you want at night, walk up the steps, and you're inside the campus. So a little bit about the University of East London itself. We started off as something called a Polytechnic College back in the 1890s. Almost 100 years later, we gained university status in 1992. And so we're under the umbrella of a modern university within the UK. Now we have a student population of 17,000 students, with our international students making up 20%. So we do have a big draw, big amount of students coming in from internationally, but that can be all over the world. So in terms of the programs we offer, a big reason why this is because we offer an array of different programs, from architecture, engineering, creative industries, business law and hospitality, School of Education, Health, Sport and Bioscience, and the School of Psychology. So you'll see underneath a little caption as to the particular programs. So in terms of applying, for the seniors here that might be tuning in, if you're interested in applying for the September 2021 intake, you can apply directly via our website. It's completely a free application. You can also apply via the Common App. Again, it's a completely free application. We also have the Common App equivalent in the UK, which is called UCAS, which is UCAS. That costs about $45 to $50 to make an application, but it does allow you to apply to 4 other schools in addition to us. In terms of application decision and deadline, you can apply as late as July for this intake. If you're looking for future intakes, you'd be allowed to apply from September. So if you're looking for September 2022, for instance, you can apply from September 2021. And in terms of a decision, you'd receive a decision within 2 to 4 weeks of applying. Now, the duration of our courses in the UK are generally 3 years. And they're 3 years because in the UK, we tend not to include general education into our higher education. So that means if you choose to study psychology, you'll never have to study maths again, or English literature, or anything unrelated to your program of study, which makes it very exciting for those of you who might want to just hone into one particular area, get on the career ladder quicker, graduate quicker, and not have to pay as much money. In terms of tuition, you're looking at around $17,000, and that includes free textbooks. They won't come in book form, they'll come in an electronic format. So in terms of entry requirements, you are looking at a 3.0 GPA, and you'll need just one of the following, not all of these, just one, either a 1070 on the SAT, or a 23 on the ACT, or 3 AP scores of 3 and above. Just to finally wrap up, I'll just hop to the end. Just to reiterate, you can apply via the Common App, via our website, or via UCAS. And with any questions, you can contact us at americas@uel.ac.uk. It's been a delight to speak to you today, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Wow, thank you so much, University of East London. We are going to head back to the States now and hear from University of Portland, whenever you're ready.
Hello, yes, I'm going to go ahead and present right now. My name is Yoli, and I'm one of the admissions counselors. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And let me just make sure I change this so you can see the presentation well. Alrighty. I'm going to begin with a land acknowledgement because this is how we begin events on campus. We acknowledge the land on which we sit and which we occupy at the University of Portland. The Portland metro area rests on traditional village sites of the Multnomah, Wasco, Cowlitz, Kathlamet, Clackamas, bands of Chinook, 12th and Kalpuya, Molalla, and many other tribes who made their homes along the Columbia River.
Annabelle, are you Yoli, we lost. Well, it looks like our University of Portland rep actually ended up leaving the event. They must have gotten kicked off. If possible, I'd like to now ask the University of Minnesota Twin Cities to jump in, and then we'll try to add University of Portland in once they hopefully are able to join us again.
Hi, everybody. My name, sorry about that, but we're moving on to the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. I'm happy that you're all here today. My name is Kauchi, and I am a freshman admissions counselor here. Just going to share my screen very quickly here. All right, so again, welcome, happy that you're all here. First and foremost, a lot of you are probably interested in the University of Minnesota or just in college in general because of academics, right? You want to pursue something more. So here at the university, we do offer 150 majors and over 130 minors. So if you're looking for a school with a lot of academic options, we're definitely the school for you. We also do admit students into freshman admitting colleges. And so just because we have so many majors, we break them all into 8 different colleges, and we have the College of Biological Sciences, the College of Design, the College of Education and Human Development, the College of Liberal Arts, the Carlson School of Management or Business School, the College of Science and Engineering, and the School of Nursing. With academics, we also do have graduate and professional programs too, if you're wanting to pursue a higher degree after your bachelor's degree. We have master's programs, we have PhD programs, we have medical school, dental school, pharmacy school, vet school. All of that is on our campus. And so it's a really convenient place to be if you're wanting to pursue a higher degree after your bachelor's degree as well. A little bit more about opportunities. So we do offer over 900 student groups at the University of Minnesota, and that's a lot to choose from. And so I usually tell students that, you know, whatever you're doing now in high school as an activity, or maybe whatever you're doing outside of school, whether that be like community service and things like that, it's probably going to be offered as a student group. And if you find that there are none that fit your interests, you can always create your own student group as long as you have 5 friends. And our student groups range from, you know, academic-based student groups to hobby-based student groups to cultural-based organizations as well, and they're all student-led. So that's a really cool chance for you to build on your resume, or for you to meet friends and meet new people on campus, because, you know, you're going to be doing a lot of things outside of the classroom when you're going to college. And so highly suggest student groups. We also have one of the most extensive learning abroad programs in the country. You can actually choose from over 200 programs, and you can go to over 70 countries. Some people even choose to go to Antarctica to study abroad. But if you're studying in Minnesota, I suggest that you can just stay here and, you know, be here in the cold, and then probably kind of the same experience as going to Antarctica, but it's definitely an option. So lots to choose from, lots of different programs to fit, you know, your whatever you're looking for in terms of finance as well. So we have, you know, semester long, year long programs, May term programs, spring break programs, summer programs, and they don't have to be academic based. Also have, you know, community service options and internship options abroad as well. On top of that, we do offer housing on campus, and housing is actually optional. So you don't have to live on campus your first year, but we do find that about 90% of our freshman class does choose to live on campus their first year. We offer 9 residence halls, a couple of apartments as well. And then we also offer living learning communities. So that's a space dedicated in the dorm for folks who want to live together based off of their academic interests, their hobbies, or their cultural identity. So it's a great way to meet new people right away and live amongst them and kind of just, you know, have fun while you're dorming here. Next, a little bit about our location. So we are located in Minneapolis and St. Paul. We're located in the metro, which is a big plus. We're also part of the Big Ten universities. So we have competitive academics, and we have Division I sports and lots of school pride as well. We pride ourselves with, you know, Goldie, our gopher, our mascot. Goldie did win, I think, first place as the best mascot a couple years ago. I think he won second place last year. So we lost that spot, but we're still really proud of Goldie. Again, with the Twin Cities location, lots of things to do. We have lots of, you know, lots of cultural events, lots of professional sports if you're interested in that, lots of arts, lots of restaurants to try, lots of celebrities come in town, or, you know, artists come in town to perform as well. So lots of different things to do. We also do have 17 Fortune 500 companies right within the metro. So it's a great place to be if you're looking for internships during the school year, because it's so accessible. Public transportation does run through our campus, and so it's really accessible to get to downtown Minneapolis or downtown St. Paul. And that's a really big selling point for a lot of students, just because sometimes the metro is about 2 hours away for some colleges. And so it's for us, it's really accessible for students to do multiple internships during the school year, their fall or spring semester. So that's a really big plus too. If you're not interested in corporate, we have huge startup companies, and we also have a lot of nonprofit companies as well, if that's something that you're interested in. And then I do want to stress that we do have 4 seasons here at the University of Minnesota. A lot of people think that it's winter all year round, but it's not. We have a beautiful spring, summer, and fall as well. But a lot of students are interested in the winter. Just want to let everybody know that our winters are very safe. I went to the university and I survived all 4 years. Yeah, it's the sidewalks and the streets are plowed very, very nicely for students in the fall. So it's never an issue for students to be safe. And then we do offer, we call them gopherways or underground tunnels, but a lot of our buildings are just built underground. And so you'll be walking through buildings to get to your next class. And that's more convenient for students in the winter as well. So lots of different options for you. That's kind of all I have for you. If you do want to contact us, feel free to email us at admissions@umn.edu. Otherwise, you can contact us through our online form as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So we are now going to move on to the Q&A portion of today's event. If the University of Portland is able to join us, we'll make sure and allow them to present after we do our Q&A. But for now, I'm going to ask all of my fellow panelists to go ahead and turn their computers or their videos on. And I'm going to share this question that we're going to start with today, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We're going to go ahead and go in the same order. And so go ahead anytime you're ready, CCS.
Great, thank you very much. Some of my standard advice to students, I've been doing college admissions for a long time, over 20 years, is to find the school that's the right fit for you. There's a lot of choices out there. It can be extremely overwhelming when you start doing this search and seeing what's out there, narrowing it down based on major, thinking about things like location. Do you want a big city? Do you want a small town? Size of the college. Do you want a big school? Do you want a small school? All of those kind of things are all going to factor into the school that's the right fit for you. So start thinking about those things at the beginning of your search process, and it will really help you come up with the school that is the one where you should be.
That's great advice. Thank you so much. Full Sail University.
So I agree with all of that 100%. My advice kind of going along with that would be to kind of keep an open mind. The university that you are meant to go to or would be the best fit for you might be one that you've never heard of. It might be across the pond, or it might be the university that's in your backyard that you've never considered. So just keep an open mind. Go visit the campuses if you can. I know a lot of us are starting to open back up, so that is the best way that you can learn about a university. So definitely keep an open mind.
Great tip. Thank you. Missouri University of Science and Technology. What's your advice?
I think students should apply early. Most of the colleges will have an application opening in the summer before your senior year. And of course, the Common App opens on August 1st. By applying early, you're in the best place for scholarships. We have some really awesome scholarships that close on December 1st. And our scholarship database closes on February 1st. So students who apply after February 1st don't get in on all of the great opportunities that they have. So talk to your admissions counselor at all of the different colleges that you apply to and make sure that you're going to hit the deadlines correctly. There's so many opportunities out there for good scholarships, and I just hate to see students not get in on everything that they could because they wait too long to apply.
Yeah, that's fantastic advice. Thank you. University of East London, what's your advice?
So I think it's really important to do your research. I think that's really key. So just research as much as you can for the college process. I also think it's really important to maybe find maybe a family friend or maybe someone famous that you admire within the industry you want to go into and find out where they went to university. Did they join any particular clubs? Sometimes it can provide some really interesting inspiration.
Great, great advice. Thank you so much. University of Minnesota Twin Cities, we'll let you close this question for us.
I think a lot of my colleagues already said everything, but I agree with applying early. You kind of just don't want to wait around until, when you're almost graduating to hear back. So definitely apply early. And yeah, I would suggest also doing a lot of research and checking out a lot of different campuses too, because you never really know what you like until you go to the campuses. You might think you like a big school, but then you go to a small college and you like that feel, or you might think that you want a small college and then you like a big campus feel. So yeah, definitely, go to as many campus tours as you can or visit college campuses while you're in high school.
Great. Well, we're so fortunate to have all of your expertise for this question. The next question is going to help us get to know a little bit more about your institutions. So here's the next question for you all. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And so that we don't break from tradition, we're going to go ahead and start with the College of Creative Studies again.
Thank you. One of the biggest things on our campus, and of course it's a little bit different right now post pandemic, but we have a huge student opening every year at the end of the school year. It's our big student show. It actually incorporates freshmen through seniors and graduates. So there's great examples of artwork all over. They always have a big opening on the first night, black tie event with food and drinks. And it's a really, really great opportunity for the students to really feel like they're, having a great art opening. They actually can sell their work and keep the money that they get for it. It's very, very largely attended by the public. And that's a really, really great tradition. We're really hoping to get back to in the coming years.
Yeah, I know a lot of these I think are going to be similar, where we talk about what things were before COVID and what we're hoping they'll return to. Full Sail University, what's your favorite event or tradition?
So my favorite and our biggest tradition is our Hall of Fame week. We do it every year and we've been doing it this will be our 12th year now. And each year we honor 6 graduates that have been out in their industry for 10 years doing amazing things. We've had a graduate that has worked for NASA and a graduate who has done a lot of work with Pixar, things like that. But the whole campus shuts down, classes shut down for the week, and students instead attend industry panels that our graduates lead. And there are a lot of food trucks and fun activities and dance parties and silent discos. And it's just a time for everybody to come together, just like a homecoming, but to celebrate the success of our graduates and provide current students with inspiration for what they might do moving forward.
Ooh, exciting. All right, Missouri University of Science and Technology, what's your favorite?
We have some really cool traditions, I guess you would say. Probably the oldest is St. Pat's. St. Patrick is the patron saint of engineers. So we've been celebrating St. Patrick's Day for 113 years this year. So every year it's the best ever St. Pat's. And they have usually a parade going down the street. The streets are painted green. Leading up to that, about 2 weeks beforehand, the students start having all kinds of different games and activities. One of theirs is killing snakes. They actually kill fake snakes, but they have to hit the snake 113 times this year to kill it. And next year it'll be 114 times to kill the snake. So lots of fun activities like this. We also have one that's the Celebration of Nations that is really cool. And that one also involves a parade where camels walk down our streets. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. University of East London, what is your favorite event or tradition?
So at the beginning of each year, we have something called the Freshers' Fair. So this means that we have all the societies on campus in one area. Students can get to see any club or society they want to join, and they can just you know, connect with an array of students. It's a really fun time. We have no classes during that time as well. So it's just a time for networking, socializing, and just getting to acclimatize yourself to the university.
I love it. Thank you. And we will once again have University of Minnesota Twin Cities close us out with this.
Yeah, so during Welcome Week is a week for all freshman students to kind of just enjoy, learn more about the campus, meet other freshman students, and kind of just hang out. We have Pride and Spirit, that's what we call it, where the whole freshman class goes to the TCF Bank Stadium, our football stadium. They create this really big M, and then whatever class they're a part of. So this year it'll be the class of 2025. And so they take all the freshman class and create this really big M, and then they take a picture and they print it out for every freshman student. And so that's a really big, part of, being a freshman. And a lot of students, they like to pinpoint where they were in the M on the poster. And so that's a really cool part. And I like to go and see all the freshman students too. And then after Pride and Spirit, the whole freshman class actually gets to watch the first football game. And so that's really fun. Hopefully we get to do that again this year, but nothing is guaranteed yet. So hope and for the future, you can all enjoy that as well.
Yes, there's a lot to be hopeful right now, and that's a good feeling when you're going into your college search process. So I want to thank everyone so much for joining us. Of course, our expert panel deserves lots of thanks for all of the expertise they have shared and the information they've given us about their wonderful campuses and programs. And I also want to thank everyone who has joined us here live for this session or who is catching the replay later. Just know that when you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd really appreciate any feedback that you can provide about this session. This is one of many sessions being held with this event. There are 2 more yet this evening, and these sessions today, as well as all of the other events, will be available recordings at strivescan.com/Minnesota in about a week. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it may be where you're joining us from. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.